We're learning Likutei Moharan with the beautiful Rabbi Turks and his beautiful son. And the name cool? No? Azi. Woo! And so we're learning Torah Lamed Vav, and we have the schus to go back a little bit because in the merit of our special guest, and also just to go over because it was quite an important, foundational, very big concept that everyone needs to know. Not just the adults, the children, everyone in Amisah needs to know this concept that when you learn Torah, says Rebbe Nachman, ben Feiga Nachman ben Simcha, says Zechus Yarin Aleinu in Likutei Moharan, K'shebol is galas the Torah. When you come to reveal the Torah, as I nice is galas neshamas chadoshes, you bring down new souls. Now we said some chiddushim when we learned this already. The concept you can even make a zimun or a minion with a soul. Yeah, we had a nice selfie just now. Baruch Hashem. You had the opportunity to understand that it's not just a theoretical concept according to Chazal and the Tzaddikim, because when the beauty is in your mind, there's Chochmah being a das. There's Chochmah is the Abba and Bina is the Ima, and it brings down beautiful souls. Yeah, I just showed your father a little picture of what we're talking about. Yeah, but the point is, it goes on in the mind. Yeah. It goes on in the mind. There's a zivug between the two parts of the mind. This is very deep, but in Chassidus we like to learn deep Torahs, and it gives you an insight that a mishpacha, a family, is a very deep reality. It's a galus of the Shem Havaya. One of the beautiful zmiras. I'll tell you a chiddush that I thought of, my own idea. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, my own idea. What's my idea? When we say on Shabbos, your Abba likes to sing songs. Yeah. I've been to the house, and hopefully we'll come soon because we're moving house. So we're going to need lots of Shabbos invites coming the next few weeks. Be'ez Hashem. I want to show you after if you have a minute. We can just go inside for a minute. It's looking good. So it's on the way. Anyway, so the idea that this beautiful place. So we sing Baruch Elyon. We come into the house. The house represents the seventh level. The seventh is coming inside. The sixth is building. Right, left, forward, back, up, down, the Ariel says, you build this building, and in Shabbos you come inside. So Hashem gave me a new idea in Torah. What's the concept? Baruch Elyon is split into 7 parts. 7 parts to the song. You know, there's 7 verses. There's a chorus each time. But those 7 verses connect the 6 days of the week, and the 7th being Shabbos. So what's the chorus? Shomesh Abbas, Habeinim Abbas. When you go out the Shabbos, Habeinim Abbas. So the son and the daughter, Shabbos is the Bas, Shabbos, Shema Bas, and the sons are the 6 days. Bain is 6, Midas Yesod, Tzaddik. We were learning parshas of Yosef Tzaddik these weeks, coming up to Shovim, 6 weeks. Shovim is Shmois, V'yeira, Boy, Mishalach, Yisro, Mishpotim, 6 parshas. There are these 6 parshas of Rosh Tevet Shovim. Shuvu Bonim Shavom. The sons will return. How do we return? You're returning. Come to the base midrash, doing chesed, barbecues, bringing Charles back into the world. Where is he anyway? Where's Charles?
He's staying at Jonas.
Oh, okay, good. So he's just around the corner. He's going to be around a little bit. How long?
Good chance through Shabbos.
So is there a Shimshon even?
Good chance. Yeah.
Woo! That's exciting. I mean, I love Mordechai, but this will be exciting. To reach out to him, we'll do a nice shir this week. Zera Shimshon special. But the concept of Shabbos and Beinim Abbas, that comes out through the Shabbos. Shabbos is Mizgale, Torah as well. And the point is, souls come down. When's the ultimate time Shabbos to connect? And Zivuk Shabbos. Because that's when the souls come down, the new Torah, the new Galas of Torah. And that's also going to be connected to what we were learning before about Kedushas Bris, which is what we've been learning. We say this on Shabbos. Beautiful Zmiris. This is an Askina Sudosa. You have to know. There's 32 parts of Chochmah. So we know that this concept, there's 3 branches. Now everything was 3 when it came to the Torah. Lamed Beis Nesivas Chochmah is a Kabbalistic concept. There's 32 parts. There's also apparently 32 teeth, which connect to the Chochmah. But the teeth are white. Chochmah is the Av is white. So although it's concepts, all connected. Now, the 3 branches of Torah, we know that Moshe Rabbeinu was the 3rd son. He's going to be born next week, Parsha Shmos. Yeah? He was the 3rd son. Who was the first in the family of Moshe Rabbeinu, of Amram and Tevet? Next week's Parsha. There was first Aaron a Cohen. I think Aaron Cohen was the first. Then who was second? Miriam, the daughter. She became Shifra Bur with his mother Tevet. And then Moshe is the third. Third is always, Shlishi is always, that's how we mechabed someone on the Torah, we give Shlishi. Third is a very powerful concept. When was the Torah given? In the 3rd month. The 3rd day was when it says Asher Bachabanu of Sivan. Yeah, he chose us from all the nations. Third, Shlishi is a big concept. We have 3 parts of Tanakh. Yeah, Tanakh is Torah, Nevi'im, Kesavim. You have to know this. Tanakh, Rosh Tevet, Torah, which is the Chumash. Nevi'im, which is the prophets. Kesavim, which is what? The writings. Torah, that's 3. Yeah. How many? When you have Kli, we have a Kli. You build a Kli. What's Rosh Tevet's Kli? Cohen. What's next? Levi and Yisrael. So you have a vessel to bring down the Shekhinah. You have Cohen, Levi, Yisrael. That's 3. Okay, so this is the concept of 3s. That's how the Torah was given, and the concept of 3s. This is Rebbe Nachman talking here. Nimsa Tzaddik megala eze davar Torah. That when a Tzaddik is revealing anything in Torah, as I morid nishmasin chadati, new souls are brought down, like we said in Skinas Dosa, the tefillah, the prayer from the Ariel, we sing on Shabbos night, the night where we bring down these souls. These are revelations. Kol echad meshmoyin haTorah lefi bechinosu tefiyasa, and everyone hears the Torah according to his aspect and his grasp. That's why we constantly, one of the best things you can do as a person, this is a good advice for life, always work on yourself. Always grow, try to grow. Always try to learn something, try fix a little bit some of your attributes. Because the more you build your inner worlds, the more you're a vessel for the light of the Torah, the light of the Tzaddikim, the light of what we're here, the purpose of what we're here for. You'll be more of a receptacle for the good things. And that's what we want to be. We want to bring...
One reason, even though I take a little break,
yeah, sure.
One reason why I started to work on myself more, I may have told you this,
sure,
is because it just hit me one day that if I want to spread the light upon the nations, I have to become a vessel to hold the light.
Right, 100%. And we should want to spread the light. The fact that you have that will, Ratzon, to share the light to the nations already is a good simon for your soul. I tell you, the Rebbe Chaim says, how do you know someone's not from Erevav? Because he has Avis Yisrael. You don't just have Avis Yisrael, because that's obvious. You have Avis Amim as well. You want the light should be, not just go through Kleis, it should go to the world. I also relate to that. Probably that's one of the connections we have on a deep level, on a continuous level. Not every soul's like that. Some souls are just happy to help their sphere of influence, their family, their friends, their cousins.
We obviously are supposed to do something together. We just haven't figured out what yet.
We are. We're going to do it as a show. But one of the ways you get to figure out what your purpose is, like we're doing now, sitting and learning, because that's when the Hashem reveals through the Torah a chalik of your soul. How does He reveal a portion of Azi's soul? Through learning. So it's very important. You really want to get to know what you're here for. Why you Azi? Why are you in this world?
Right.
You're learning Torah. Well, constantly Hashem will shine to you what you need to do in this world. Your unique, special, lovely mission that Hashem brought you here for. I feel like a new
man already since I stepped into the Beit Medrash.
Chasta Hashem. Ki yesh Torah yesh la shnei kochas. There are 2 aspects to Torah. Lahamis lachayot. To God forbid, to kill, and to give life. K'moshamu samtam. So by learning Torah, you take the sam mavis, the poison, and you turn it into sam chaim, potion of life. Now, one of the explanations is the Yetzer Hara is constantly trying to mess with us. We have an evil inclination that tries to stray us a cup. Maybe it's coming in the form of this fly right now, or whatever it is. But the point is that we are given the Torah to sometime. We say it every day in Krishma. Remember, the previous section of this Torah was talking about closing our eyes during Krishma. Remember that? That fixes up the eyes. And now, later on in the Krishma, the second part of the Krishma, it said sometime. Yeah, we have to place it. Yeah, that is Sam Chaim. Yeah, sometime is Zeichanisis lo Sam Chaim. So the straight ones are like Tzaddikim, Ma'azi, they go in them. They go in the Torah. You're not just whatever, I'm just like any other Joe in the world. No, you have a special light to you, and you go in that path. And so too with the Torah of a Tzaddik, it goes to each one according to his ability. Hashem's very real with us. He doesn't expect us to be what we're not. He wants us to learn according to our ability. And the Tzaddik is going to give us that connection that we're able to grasp. Yesh Adam shenasa lo neshama chadash mizgalas haTorah. Yesh Adam shu chas shalom hifach k'mo shechas tzaddikim yochim bo akol afi akli shelo and kafi tefiyasa tefiyasa mochin shelo. Remember, the other part of the pasuk is, and the Rishoyim will stumble in it. They're the evil ones. So what happens with them? They get all confused, and we see. Like I messaged someone there in England, what's gone a bit crazy over there. If you've seen the news. But there's been all kinds of terrible stuff going on with our cousins doing crazy stuff to the women over there. And the government haven't been really on top of it, and because of all this fear of racism and all this nonsense. So Elon Musk calling them out, big time right now, I'm going back to England in May. I hope by then it will be sorted out. I want to be in a place which is so dangerous, so lacking morality, So Elon Musk calling out, he's not the most moral person, Elon Musk, but compared to these people, he's like... So I sent it to my cousin. I said, "You guys need to wake up over there." And he's not my cousin; it's my nephew. He sent back to me, "He's an idiot." And I was like, "What? How can you call Elon Musk an idiot?" That's when I'm not calling my nephew a Russia, but
what did Elon
in the
Musk
sense
say?
that he called them out. He said that he's showing how they need to be arrested, the government, because they're not looking after their citizens. They're allowing these crazy immigrants to come and rape their own daughters, God forbid, the people of England. And they're not looking at it, they're putting all this nonsense Islamic phobia before the safety of its citizens. Simple. They've lost their minds. This is what's happening at Shulchan.
Just how all the Arab countries are giving billions to the colleges. I'm sure they're also giving it to the governments.
Oh yeah, there's sure people are being bought up, but it doesn't matter. If you've got any morality, you wouldn't let that. You don't want your friend's daughter get raped. You wouldn't want your own daughter to chas shalom. You do everything you can to protect your sister.
I don't think they necessarily...
That's a normal. It doesn't matter how much money. You got to protect your people. That comes first. Unless you've sold yourself to the devil or something.
It shows you the power of money. It's crazy.
No, Shem Shemenu.
Not in a good way.
So the point is here the other way around, in a good positive way. Everyone has the ability to mizgala Torah. Torah is going to keep us straight, and we're going to give us values, and it's going to give us ability that tzaddikim yochim bom, the tzaddikim are going to go in that way, and it's all according to his vessel. So we have to constantly build that vessel. We were talking about before, Shema, by saying the Shema, closing our eyes. That fixes up the Bris. That brings us the right kind of vessel that the Torah can come in, by having our home a place of Torah, singing Zmiris. The next part of my avoda for my new house is to bring all the Svarim in. And just having Svarim in itself, books, holy books, has a power. Just by having books of Torah, has a Kedusha, has a holiness, bring it into your house. That gives you the Kli, the light for the Shekhinah to come. When you learn it, every Shabbos a little bit more, you open up another sefer, you have a guest who's into it, he reads a little bit from, or she reads a little bit from your Svarim. It brings the Kedusha. Your children are learning Svarim. Yeah, you bring the Shekhinah, the Aaron Kodesh of the Mishkan and the Beis HaMikdash, you make your home into Mikdash Shema, and you have a place of Torah to come through the Svarim. And that's all about here, it's talking about the Tefisa Mochin, according to the level of your consciousness, your level of Mochin, of understanding. Zehu Klal Godel, Sheyefshel L'Shum Adam Lahasik L'Tuos B'Devar Shel Tzaddik. This is a very important rule that Rebbe Nachman is bringing down, a great rule. That it's impossible for a person to really understand the words of a tzaddik. So bottom line, you have to fix up. One day you're going to be bar mitzvah soon. You're going to have to work on protecting yourself from all the craziness out there. You can't just be whatever's going on in the world. I can just be like whatever. You have to protect your holy soul. Hashem gave you a holy soul, Azzi, a holy neshama, and you have to look after it. And not only are you a holy soul, but you bring down souls, so you have to protect all those souls as well. And this is the way. Then, by doing that, you guard the bris, and you are zoch to understand when a tzaddik speaks. You understand that. So now you can connect to the holiest of people. The Isa Bezoar Slicha de Soda ad Abba Iman. That's when I got to this concept. It says in the Zohar, turn over the page. This is what we were just reading, and we're down here now. But you can catch up in English. that the Zohar says that this concept of Sod is until Abba Be'ima Shem Bechinas Chochma Bina Shem Yudkei Shem Mochin. This is very Kabbalistic. You're learning Kabbalah here now, Azi. How old are you? Yeah?
Are you 40 yet?
40 yet? Come out 40. And you're already learning Kabbalah at such a young age. This is Abba Be'ima Chochma Bina Yud and K, or the Shem Avai. When you say Hashem's name, it's not just whatever. It's the holiest name, and it brings down all the levels that bring beautiful family, beautiful life, beautiful blessings into the world. Every time we connect to Yud K Vav K, and the Yud K is Chochma Bina, Abba Be'ima, Shehem Mochin. This is when you're learning Gemara, you're learning Torah, your mind, right side of the brain, the left side of the brain, it's sparking off, it's understanding. The Chochma is the spark, the Bina is the understanding, and you're joining together to get das, to know what Hashem wants from you. Nimtzat Tikkun Brit Kodesh Kuroi as Mochin Shelo B'Shleimus Yochlavin Debrosh Tzaddik Via Tikkun Shel Kol Echad Kach Hu Hasagosa. And then you get to that level of really understanding what the person's saying. And once you start to conceptualize and really internalize what Tzaddik is saying, that's a game changer. So we'll just start one line of the new section because I wanted to just start it today. This is a great rule. From the mouth of above you will not go out. Ki or pashat. Yeah, akliya makabwetz or nistaya or betocha. Im aklihu b'shleimus azahu makabo b'chinas moeris male. Im chas shalom akli ena b'shleimus azahu makabo b'chinas moeris chasavav. V'so moeris Hashem b'veis rasha zeh tzaddik nachman. So we're going to stop here and we'll have to explain what that means. But I'll just give you a very quick mashal. When you have a home, and if you don't build it properly, what happens? What happens is leaks.
Crumbles.
It falls. It's things like you see some of these buildings over there, some of the Arab parts.
If you don't have a good foundation.
Areas. You see they're not built properly, so then there's all kinds of issues in their houses, literally and spiritually. Yeah. What we're trying to do is build our homes solid and strong with the right foundations, and then you can have simchas, you can dance, you can play, your electricity works, your Wi-Fi works, you can do all the different things you need to do because you built a good solid home, and then the light can come into that home and you can host people like your father and mother do and have Shabbos guests and bring simcha to Hashem. It's a tremendous accomplishment what your mommy and daddy do, because you know how much Torah gets shared and how much happiness people get to come to Shirat David because they have a place to come stay at in Efrat. And Mr. Hashem, soon in the right time, we'll be blessed to host people for meals, and we're excited to have that. It's a big thing what your father and mother does. Not everyone's able to have so many guests, and it brings a lot of simcha to Hashem, because then people have a vessel, they have a place they can now come hear the Torah from Shlomo and all the wonderful other people here, and then it gives us ability to please God, be blessed with only good, and be blessed with new souls coming into this world that brings new light of Torah and brings Am Yisrael the ability, what your Father wants to do, to shine to the world the truth and bring everyone to happy days ahead. Amen. Which is okay. But I just want to say Chazak Niyamatz, Chazak. This week we'll be finishing the Sefer Bereishit.
You know that?
We're going to stand up in shul. We're going to say Chazak Menis Chazek, and we're going to connect. We're going to hear from Yaakov Avinu blessing Yosef. We're going to hear from the Tzaddikim and the Torah. It's very important when you come to the shul, when you hear the Pasha, you hear from the Tzaddikim like Yaakov to Yosef, and you also get the opportunity to bring the light of Hanukkah with you a little bit, and you also get the opportunity. This week we're going to go into Shabbos fasting if Mashiach doesn't come. We're going to have the Sorry May Teves. We're going to talk about that with the office class. We're going to talk about how we need to somehow fix, and I'll tell you just one deep idea I heard, that when the same day Yaakov was buried, this week, Friday, was the same day Esav was killed. So when Yaakov was finally put into the Hebron, which you've been many times, was the same day his son Chush ben Dan came with a big stick and knocked his block off. You know what it means to knock a block off? To knock his head off. He knocked off Esav's head, Chush ben Dan. And you know who Chush was? Chush was deaf. He couldn't even speak properly, but he had the one thing he knew what the right thing to do, and Esav wouldn't let them bury their father, the Zayda. It was his Zayda. Wouldn't let his grandfather be buried, so he came with a stick and knocked Esav's head off, so they could bury Yaakov into the Hebron.
Esav didn't want Yaakov buried there.
No,
why not?
Because he said it was his portion. He was always arguing with us till now. This is politics. You're trying to bring the politics, and when the sons are trying to bury their father. So in the end, he ends up, his head's buried there. You can go see it.
Yeah,
Someone said you should daven there for Panasa, because he had a lot of Panasa. But anyway, should take the head of Esav and use it for the Vodas Hashem.